Welcome to the Sankofa Pan-African series. We travel through history's corridors, illuminating Afrocentric narratives. Support us through Patreon or by buying me coffee. Your subscription is a great start, but do hit the bell for notifications so you know when we have new episodes. Share our videos and visit our website sankofastorybooks.com for stories, biographies, Afrocentric nursery rhymes, and other resources for children. Together can change the negative narratives about us. Our journey today takes us through time, tracing the footprints of the Black community and their indelible contributions to the city of Havana, Cuba. So let's fasten our seatbelts and prepare for an exciting journey. Havana's history begins with its African roots. As we delve into the past, we find ourselves in the 16th century when Africans first arrived in Havana. They came not as free men and women, but were forcibly brought across the Atlantic to labor in the burgeoning sugar and tobacco industries of Cuba. This was a time when Havana was transforming into a booming economic hub, largely due to the flourishing sugar and tobacco trades. Yet, it was the enslaved Africans who were the backbone of these industries. Their sweat and toil fueling the city's growth, their contributions, though born of coercion and hardship, became the bedrock of Havana's economic prosperity. But the story doesn't end there. Despite the harsh conditions of their lives, these Africans managed to establish strong and vibrant communities, creating a unique Afro-Cuban culture. They brought with them from their homeland a rich tapestry of traditions, music, dance, and religion, which would go on to seep into the very fabric of Havana society. Think of the pulsating rhythm of the conga, the hypnotic dances of the Santeria religion, or the tantalizing flavors of Afro-Cuban cuisine. The Africans in Havana faced countless trials and tribulations, their lives marked by struggle and resistance, but they persevered, and over time, they began to shape not just the economy, but also the social and cultural landscape of Havana. They gave the city its heart, its rhythm, its soul. This Afro-Cuban influence has remained a vital part of Havana's identity, a colorful thread in the city's rich historical tapestry. For more about the history of how Africans got to Cuba and their role in developing that country, watch our episode, Who Are the Afro-Cubans? Despite their harsh beginnings, the Afro-Cuban community began to shape Havana's cultural and social landscape. The 19th century marked a turning point for Black people in Havana. With the abolition of slavery in 1886, the social and political landscape of Havana began to shift dramatically. Before this defining moment, Afro-Cubans were largely marginalized, their potential stifled by the harsh realities of bondage. But with emancipation, they were determined to seek education, take up professions, and participate in the political discourse of the nation. These new opportunities were a gust of wind that would forever change the trajectory of Havana's history. The fight for independence from Spain, which was underway at the same time, also played a crucial role in shaping the lives of Afro-Cubans. Many Afro-Cuban men and women were active participants in this struggle, standing shoulder to shoulder with their compatriots. Their courage and determination were instrumental in securing Cuba's freedom. This period of emancipation and independence also witnessed the emergence of Afro-Cuban leaders who championed the cause of their community. They advocated for equal rights, fought against racial discrimination, and worked tirelessly to improve the living conditions of Afro-Cubans. The 19th century was a time of immense change, but it was also a time of great hardship. Despite the adversity, Afro-Cubans held their heads high, refusing to be crushed by the weight of their struggles. The story of emancipation and independence in Havana is not just a tale of political and social transformation. It's a story of the human spirit, resilience, and determination. It's evidence of the strength and courage of the Afro-Cuban community, who refused to be defined by their past and instead chose to forge their own path. The influence of Afro-Cubans in the fields of art, sports, and politics during the 20th and 21st centuries is as vibrant as the city itself. When it comes to art, Afro-Cuban culture served as a dynamic catalyst behind the evolution of music, dance, and visual arts. The throbbing beats of salsa, mambo, and rumba all stem from deep-rooted African traditions. These genres have not only sculpted the sonic landscape of Havana, but also made their way into the global music scene in the field of visual arts. Afro-Cuban artists like Wilfredo Lam combined African, Asian, and European influences to form a distinct style that triggered thoughts on the Afro-Cuban experience. His works are celebrated not only in Havana, but also in art galleries worldwide. In sports, we can't ignore the substantial contributions of Afro-Cuban athletes from baseball fields to boxing rings. Afro-Cubans have excelled, bagging Olympic gold medals and world championship titles. Afro-Cubans have also played a crucial role in shaping Havana's socio-political landscape. Figures such as journalist and politician Juan Gualberto Gomez played a critical role in the fight for independence from Spain and the abolition of slavery. Today, the battle for racial equality carries on, with Afro-Cubans advocating for better representation and rights. Now let's explore Havana from a tourist perspective. A visit to Havana would be incomplete without immersing yourself in its rich Afro-Cuban culture. A great place to start is Callejon de Hamel, a vibrant neighborhood that is the heart of Havana Afro-Cuban community. Here, the streets come alive with colorful murals and sculptures, and the rhythm of rumba music fills the air. Sundays are particularly lively, with locals and tourists alike coming together for a rumba dance party that's as much a cultural experience as it is a fun-filled event. After working up an appetite dancing, why not indulge in some traditional Afro-Cuban cuisine? Try the moros y cristianos, a delectable dish of black beans and rice that's a staple in Cuban households. Or perhaps the ropa vieja, shredded beef slow-cooked in a tomato-based sauce, served with rice and plantains. These dishes are a proof of the African influence on Cuban cuisine, with their bold flavors and hearty ingredients. For a truly immersive experience, opt for a stay in a casa particular or private home. These are local homes that have been converted into guest houses, providing tourists with an authentic Cuban experience. You'll have the chance to interact with locals, learn more about their daily lives, and even pick up a few words of Spanish. The best part, you're directly supporting the local economy. For history enthusiasts, the Museum of the Revolution and the Castillo de la Real Fuerza are must visits. These landmarks offer a glimpse into Cuba's tumultuous past and its journey towards independence. And let's not forget about the Malecon, Havana's iconic seafront promenade. It's the perfect place to take a leisurely stroll, enjoy a sunset, or simply people watch.